this, please?
Proceed. Roll 1, scene 1 through 15, master, take 2. Hold for action. Action.
Exterior, old man's house, morning. Seen from a distance, two kids pry behind the trash cans of an erotically maintained single-unit home. Amongst apartment complexes and new businesses in a mixed-use neighborhood, the house is one of the few remaining in a district that is both gentrifying...
Well, sound, we're going to start from the top. Can you see if they're done? Whatever. You can keep rolling to see if they're done.
That's the kids moving the trash cans.
Mm.
Yeah.
I could hear trash cans.
It's trying to add a little reality to it.
There should be another sign outside that says make as much noise as possible.
All right, I guess you went.
Is it cold?
No, yeah, a little bit.
We'll
A
start.
little bit. Okay.
I can
There's
feel
a
a
very
little,
large truck
little
outside.
draft
Yeah.
hitting me. Like my arms feel a little.
I think it's
my
more
neck and my
psychological
arms.
than it is physical.
I'm usually cold if it's like 90 degrees.
Thought it was the muscle. All right, hopefully they'll. Okay, so we're still rolling. We're going to go ahead and
Nothing in it.
continue. Okay, actors. Action.
Exterior, old man's house, morning. Seen from a distance, two kids pry behind the trash cans of an erotically maintained single-unit home. Amongst apartment complexes and new businesses in a mixed-use neighborhood, the house is one of a few remaining in a district that is both gentrifying and home to new immigrants. It isn't exactly clear what these kids are doing, but they're having fun.
Interior, old man's house. An outdated computer table with an outdated computer sits next to an impressive vinyl collection in an outdated living room. Cold air blows from a top-line AC, rustling everything in its way. Across the room, a window is open, just a crack. The radio plays.
And one more day into what is now and continues to be the longest drought on record.
A healthy man in his mid-60s wearing a State Department t-shirt and State Department boxer shorts can be seen through the kitchen door. He pours old-fashioned black coffee into a State Department mug. He enters the living room and sits down at the desk.
Exterior, rooftop of adjacent building. A man in his early 20s leans against a ledge overlooking the old man's house. He vapes a large cloud from an electronic cigarette. Through large headphones, listens to the sounds coming from the old man's open window. His parabolic microphone is decorated with stickers of the flag of El Salvador and the flag of the former Yugoslavia. He hears the radio.
All watering and washing restrictions in play, no exceptions. And today's peak, a mere 115 downtown and a trivial 113 in the valley.
Interior, adjacent condo. Amidst clothes, shoes, old containers, and other clutter, a woman in her early 40s is awake but still in bed, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. The rest of her still under the covers. A central AC freezes the room. Her tablet is within reach. Its screensaver, a picture of her and a man, also early 40s, in London during happier times. The tablet, too, plays the radio program.
At least it's only Fahrenheit, folks. Beware the rolling blackouts, everybody, but enjoy the wildfires.
The radio program segues to a song about sunshine, and the old man still at the desk reads news on his PC. An email arrives from a person he once knew, which is now heard as voiceover.
It's been a long time. I found your email address about 6 months ago, but I never used it. I searched for you when my nephew went to study in Los Angeles. I thought it would be nice for him to meet you. Of course, I never wrote, and you never met.
And on the roof, the young man continues to vape and listen to sounds of the old man's mourning via the parabolic microphone aimed at the open window. The young man cracks open a Red Bull, sips, vapes, and through his headphones hears the song about sunshine.
He says he misses LA and wants to return. He loved the weather, he says. He won't tell me or his mother, but we think he fell in love with another foreign student who has yet to go home.
While the middle-aged woman sits in the center of her bed, she smokes a spliff and surfs sites about London on her tablet, which also continues to play the radio program and the song about sunshine.
My family and I, we live in London now. We moved about 6 months after the siege. I never married. I fell completely in love with my work.
And the old man, still also listening to the song about sunshine on his radio, continues to read on his PC.
Please reply. I look forward to everything you choose to share. After what happened before you left, and all the time since, I hope you remember me as fondly as I remember you.
Suddenly, from outside the house, the kids playing and laughing can be heard. The old man turns, looks towards the sound, rises, and walks towards it.
I often remember something that you said. I don't remember the conversation exactly, but I vaguely remember being at a performance, concert, or event of some sort.
As the middle-aged woman finishes her spliff, her AC abruptly dies, as does her modem. With no internet, the song about sunshine fizzles out.
And you said something about when you were young, that you didn't have a voice.
She checks the lamp on her dresser. It doesn't work. She checks her mobile phone, which displays a number of missed calls from the man on the tablet's screensaver. She's also received a text message from him.
10 a.m. or die.
Exterior, old man's house. As the two kids dance around in the sprinkler, the old man yells at them from his porch.
You said you had found it by the time you were telling me this, of course, but you said that you had yet to use it. I'm sure we continued to talk about something else.
As he yells incomprehensibly, the kids mock him and continue to dance around in the water. He goes to turn it off.
And the young man on the roof records the confrontation below. He moves the parabolic microphone around to capture the sounds of the scene, hearing just bits and pieces at a time, laughing, stomping, clapping, spraying, and spurts of yelling.
And as the old man tries to rip the sprinkler away, one kid turns the water back on. The old man goes back to turn off the water again, but the kids set up the sprinkler again and play.
It was an off-the-cuff remark, but I remember it from time to time and find it so peculiar. No matter what, I hope you still have it and are using it one way or another.
Interior Free Trade Cafe, mid-morning. In a typical indie coffee shop, there is a substantial line of people waiting to order and a clump of people waiting who have already ordered.
The young man from the roof is one of the few seated. He is at a table in a corner by himself, enjoying a free glass of water with lemon. He stares at the screen of his expensive laptop, decorated with a large sticker of the Queen of England, identified as Bedbug. He is in a Google Hangout with Kinda White. The conversation can be heard through Bedbug's large headphones.
Just call me later.
Just a minute. Turn your camera on.
I can't. I'm walking to the tube. It's pouring. Call me later.
I don't know when later. I don't know where I'll be.
What difference? You're out of data. Of course you're out of data, so just call me when you're back at your place.
Across the room, out of direct view of the young man/bedbug, the woman in her early 40s is in the clump of waiting customers, holding a violin case and trying to patiently wait for her fix. She has received another text from the man in the screensaver,
Where are you?
but she ignores it.
And the Google Hangout continues.
Which, of course, you can't also do because your internet was shut off.
I get a check next week. A few days. Perhaps parents died for a reason.
For you to live in a fantasy world.
The middle-aged woman responds to the text,
What happened to 11? Confused.
and the Google Hangout continues.
Exactly. I'm working on this old dude. Every morning he yells at these kids. His voice is insane.
That's cool. Hey, I really need the next train. Talk later, okay?
The young man ends the hangout and closes his laptop.
And the woman gets a response from the man in the screensaver.
ASAP.
She begins to squeeze honey into a giant plastic cup of oddly colored iced tea.
And out of view of both the young man and the middle-aged woman, the old man, now fully dressed and wearing a State Department cap, is now in line with the people waiting to order.
The woman continues to squeeze honey into her tea, then finishes with one last dab.
One after the other, the middle-aged woman and the young man exit the cafe. Exterior, Free Trade Cafe. The woman and the young man exit to opposite directions. Within the frame, a sign on the cafe window reads, Hot Improv at noon, cold brewed coffee, we've got a generator.
Back inside, the old man waits stoically amidst a yuppie, a hipster, an ancient rich hippie, and a mother-baby combo all on their phones. Even the baby on a toy phone. The baby on the mother's back tries to give the old man her phone. The old man pretends not to notice, hoping she stops.
Interior, recording studio, late morning. In a drab, dry wall office with sound-absorbing material stuck to the walls, a folding table with a laptop connected to gear nearby, the man in the screensaver is in the midst of preparing a session.
The woman in her 40s enters the studio, frazzled, opening the door, trying to hold on to the free trade cup and violin case.
And the man in the screensaver continues to set up.
We don't need to talk about this.
Not talking, getting set up.
And the middle-aged woman sits within the few panels set up to isolate her, as the middle-aged man sits at the folding table, ready to record.
From the last place we started last time.
ASAP.
Tell me when you're set.
Getting set.
For the love of God, how many fucking times?
We don't need to talk about this. Getting set.
This is the last fucking time.
Set.
Interior, Free Trade Cafe, noon. Now seated with a number for
Okay,
his...
cut.
Jeff. Pause, guys. Jeff, you want to try with